In this video, I'm going to discuss the last two videos that I put out regarding our group member that was held by the customs agents at the Cartagena Airport. And I'm going to go over some of the comments because it stoked a lot of different concerns, let's say. So follow along.
Hey, watching man right now, you're watching TC Born Rob on YouTube. Make sure to hit like and subscribe.
Okay, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever it is you're located. Again, in this video, I'm going to discuss my last two videos, of which was regarding two Americans held at the Cartagena Airport in Colombia. And the fact that we came to their aid stoked a lot of comments. I think I got more comments on that first video, even before the interview, than I did out of my past, 10 videos altogether. So I want to read some of the comments. I'm not going to interject my opinion. If you want to see these, I won't read the names, but you can see them, and they're in the comment section. So if you want to go see my responses to each one, go see it there. But I'm trying not to pass any judgment on it while I read them anyway. I have judgment. You know this, and you know I respond to all my messages. But also, I want to announce that Thursday at 6 p.m., I'm going to do a live to discuss the possibility of having some sort of legal representation. Don't know if it's possible, how it works, but just to get the ideas of the members. And this is going to be a closed live. It's only going to be for members. So if you're not a member, you won't get an invite. Only members will be invited, as well as discussing what we need to discuss is moving from the current platform to the new platform and getting everybody there. My guess is we have between 250 to 275 members right now and growing. So join us then. All my members, join us there. Join us there. Thursday, 6 p.m. I'll go over it again with another short video in the chat group as well. But anyway, let's just jump straight into the comments. So first one here, again, I'm not going to say the names, but I'll read what they have, and you be the judge. How about that? This one says, need to hear from the officials in customs. Our guys are giving us selective information. What was the reason to be detained? In the way he's asking, what was the reason to be detained? They weren't held against their will. They were detained. Now, were they detained because they did not comply with orders to reboard the plane and exit the country? Did they refuse? They were probably given an option to leave the country or stay in the place until you comply with the orders to leave the country. It's a well-known fact that many foreigners have been refused entry into Colombia because of reasons related to COVID-19, not a race or discrimination issue. Cartagena is very black. Seems our guys were peaceful, but still in the wrong because they did not have things in order as they entered. Let's not give Colombian immigration a bad name. Okay, I have my comment. Next one says, hi guys, first of all, allow me to apologize on behalf of my country, as it is highly unusual that something like this ever happened to an American traveler. Nonetheless, based on the fact that you guys mentioned that this occurred in Bogota, I believe it could be the case of race discrimination if both travelers were Afro-Americans, because in Bogota specifically, there are some immigration agents there that are, hang on, read more. Okay, it's going to pop down in a second, hopefully. But then there's a reply, and the reply says he was detained in Cartagena, not Bogota, which is correct. Oh, here's the rest of it. Okay. And the Colombia's racism and crime has up to 5 years in prison. I'm so mad at something like this happening that I will advise you on getting this word agent under strong scrutiny and punishment, at least getting the immigration agency in a court of civil case for human rights violations on a lawsuit. I hope you guys find a positive resolution to your huge inconvenience and come back to join us in this beautiful tourist-friendly country of ours. Godspeed. Okay, next one says, congratulations to Erasing Borders Group. Well done to rally in a situation of perceived need. Unfortunately, our guys were feeding the group selective information. Our guys did not have things in order and were ordered to reboard a return flight. At that point, they elected to refuse and stayed in place. Self-detention. Immigration policy prevents any foreigner from entry if there is a COVID issue. And again, I have the possibility of reading more. Wow, a lot more. Okay, let's see, where was I? A Colombian immigration official is not going to risk his job to let someone enter the country once a discrepancy is noted. Our guys did not need help. They needed to comply and leave as ordered. Again, it's not a race or discrimination issue, simply a matter of getting turned back at customs, just as hundreds of American foreigners before them, all races. No need to call for attorneys, campaigns, and lawsuits. Those actions will only create friction that does not currently exist. In my opinion, there was never a need to reach out to this group for help. Our guys were waging a waiting game in hopes of gaining support to force the Colombian customs bend the law to allow them to entry. The Colombians graciously allowed to keep their phones and possessions while our guys were doing self-imposed holdout. They fed them. Of course, they were always allowed to give up the polite protest and return to the main airport to finalize the return flight and enjoy any food of their choice. I urge the group to refocus back to the positive energies this group was founded on. This is a non-issue. The guys did not need help, but thank God this group was very responsive, even though they were kind of duped. Okay, again, I'm not going to comment. Next one says, they were racist, the immigration guys. And then to me, they are tired of these black guys coming over. They are paying USD for chicas and this is another one. It is not Atlanta. Don't visit acting as if you're not a guest in their land. If you flex on them, they will flex on you. And guess what? You can't just call your mama or your boys to come get you. Come and act happily, and the city will show you much love. You don't need jewelry or new clothes or new shoes, just a few dollars and a little Spanish or Google Translate and positive attitude. And you will be shown much love and respect. Okay. This is the next one. Give legal tourists a hard time. Illegals are welcome. It's funny. Okay, next one says, people should understand entry into a foreign country. It's subject to the whims of the immigration or customs officials who they're dealing with. It doesn't matter whether it's Colombia, Canada, or wherever. That's the way it is. Maybe you should tell your viewers they should really learn a little Spanish before they go down there. It never ceases to amaze me that in some gringos there act like they're compared to the bad old days. Like when I first went there as a kid in 1979, this nonsense about violating human rights is a joke. Okay. And then somebody commented, you are absolutely right. If they file a lawsuit, I will personally intervene. I'm not commenting. Okay. And I have, some people will jump on here just repeatedly and throw things. I will say that the same person will throw out the same, whether positive or negative. And so you read this and you be the judge, because I'm not saying the names right here, but you can easily go here and look. Hey, sir, I thought you offered a professional view on Medellin, Colombia, but you are fostering American attitude in Colombia. Sorry, but you just lost a viewer. Won't tell you what my comment was by then. But he also said, Rob, you seem like a professional, informative man. What are you doing siding with these thugs? Okay, I'm not going to comment. Next one says, Rob, great work. Keep up the informative update vids. Coming very helpful to fellow travelers. Next one, same guy again. I'll just tell you same guy, because it's only one really and you'll get the gist of his comments. Damn Colombia, ? Do you think that Colombia is your and your brother's playground? Please show some respect. Okay. Above it, Colombia is getting wild, but thankfully the unity within the travel community helped those two brothers out. Respect to you, Rob. Okay, next one says, okay, I have begun traveling to Colombia way before it became fashionable. Although I agree with advising guys to be respectful and not to get into any trouble is prudent. The person's behavior has a lot to do with how they are brought up. If you don't have respect for people in your own country, you are not getting to have respect overseas, and that can land you in some serious trouble. Again, great work, Rob. Yes, brainstorming works, but you need a good, useful platform to make that possible. And then a reply to the same guy. When I say I'm going to tell you, the same guy comments again. There was a comment to him that said, at his name, you keep putting the blame on Manfred. I spoke with him. I saw his videos. The man is a decent person. He has nothing to deserve. Did nothing to deserve the treatment that he got. This on immigration, and I hope the word gets out because this was very abusive and unnecessary. Okay. Here's another one. Great work, Rob, on reporting the news in Colombia and reporting on this incident specifically. I think using your platform as a resource to help the guys who were in trouble is commendable. Next one up. That's a bad image to the country made by the officer. I wonder if the customs authority will discipline the officer for detaining someone for no reason. Then I have another one. The airport of Cartagena is surrounded by a Bidenville area of extremely poor and violent areas. The local never go there, and they told me to never go at night. There's a comment also. Well, the same person commented on his own comment after mine. What's your WhatsApp address? Okay. Okay, and here's another one, or an additional one. And this is at someone else. My brother should not have the actions of the individual be what's important, not what they wear or where they're from. For you to come on this platform and suggest that all black men from the hood should not act and dress a certain way. Based on your premise, if you are not from the hood, you should somehow will be accepted and treated better. And you cannot quantify that. You must be careful, my brother, because there are others who are on this very good and informative channel who are not black, and you will give license for them to buy into the age-old stereotypes regarding black men as based on your statement. You're feeding that narrative, unfortunately. I myself and others from the hood and have others are from the hood and have degrees and well-paying jobs and who are responsible, respectful, and kind black men. On the other hand, I know others who come from money and who and are not from the hood, who are lawless, rude, and disrespectful. I myself have been traveling to Colombia for over 10 years, and my experience with me and my friends go through customs. It's not what we're wearing or where we're from. The dudes, the ones we encountered, were straight up haters. The women, custom agents are kind. If anything, it could be that we were black and from America, but not because it's from the so-called hood. Okay. Okay, here's another one. I hate to state this, but other countries are not required to accept you in your countries. I recall traveling to Japan for a judo tournament over 20 years ago. I was a participant in the tournament. When I reached customs at Narita Airport, they asked me my business in Japan. I got sarcastic and stated, I'm here to have sex with every woman in Tokyo. I was 26 and very ignorant. They held me up for several hours and even proposed not to allow me in the country. That trip cost thousands of dollars and they didn't care. Luckily, a famous Japanese judo athlete from Kokodan University spoke up for me. Okay, here's another one from the same person. So I'm going to tell you this same person again. It's a lot. He says, well put, my friend. Now he's commenting on someone else. Well, let me read that first one first, and then I'll read his comment. Let's be honest. I'm a black American, and I have been to Colombia many times in the past 10 years. I went there last December. What I noticed First, going through the Colombian customs, a lot of Americans didn't have their paperwork in order, and the agents kept telling people to step to the side. I could tell they were getting frustrated. Also, and this is for my black men, know the rules and customs of the countries you're going to travel to. Stop behaving, dressing, and acting like you're just coming from the hood and the whole world is supposed to revolve around you. This is more of a culture thing. Research how people dress and behave. Nobody owes you respect just because you're coming from, I guess, America. Stop making everything about the women. Eventually, no country wants to be known just for their women and not their culture. It seems like every Colombian is now only about women, or it seems that Colombia is now only about women for foreigners. Government officials see this, and they will take steps to deter this type of image. I saw the same thing happen in the Dominican Republic with all these guys making YouTube videos about women. Eventually, the government comes in and makes changes. I will predict that they will start stopping more Americans and detaining them. And then comes the comment from the same person. Well put, my friend, masterful. I totally agree with you. I'm going to save your statement. I have talked to Colombians and they understand what's going on and are very concerned about single men disrespecting their country with their hood attitude, dress, etc. Well put. Not going to comment again. Okay, next one. Let's see. Interesting story, a little confusing. I was born in Colombia, came to the U.S. in 1967, and retired to Panama 5 years ago. I had a little run-in with immigration in Cartagena 2 years ago because I have a U.S. passport, but it says born in Colombia. The guy asked me for my cedula, which is like your social security number. I don't have one because I'm a U.S. citizen. He got a little attitude with me. I said, get me your supervisor. He backed off. In Bogota and Medellin, I have not had this problem. Be ready, dress well, and smile. Okay, next one. This video is completely anti-Colombia BS. And to have been made by people of color doing to Colombians the same things they complain the white man does to them every day is the height of hypocrisy. Okay, let's see. Let me see. This was a lot of comments on this next one, so let me find the main one. Okay, 30 replies. Okay. In Cartagena, for no reason, dang, it sucks that they did that. I'm glad that all you were able to intervene unless they marked up his passport. I would say he could try entering from another city. Dang, but props to Angelica and Rose. Okay, and then the first response to him is same person, okay? Only American disrespectful attitude, that's why they are being rejected. Just coming to Colombia after beautiful women. They can't even dream of getting in the US. Someone commented on his saying, you appear to be a troll, but I find myself agreeing with you. Many Americans, for some odd reason, just can't be humble in other countries. People have to realize these other countries are not required to allow you in. I don't know what these guys did or said to have to be treated in this manner. Another comment in the same stream says, the typical rebellious American, he should just wait it out. Doesn't this guy realize Colombia is not the US? He will probably make it worse for other Americans wishing to travel there. And then another one, or make it worse for himself. They already lied about when he came back. I wouldn't roll the dice flying back right away. Some people have to learn the hard way, but I hope things work out for them. Next one, I agree with you. I honestly can't even have sympathy for him, especially being foolish enough to fly right back after that ordeal. I'm actually Colombian, and I have a family members detained for months, and there was nothing we could do about it. The Colombian authorities could potentially do the same thing to this guy. Come on. Is it that important to travel to Colombia at this time? LOL. And then same guy, again, response. No, brother, I'm not a troll. Just have a realistic view of what's going on. These single guys have no interest in Colombian culture, history, and don't add anything from my point of view as a Colombian American from Medellin. All they care about is going to parquilleras and point their cameras at the women's bottoms. It is really disrespectful, and most of us Colombians are taking notice that these guys are adding much to the economy, and pretty soon they won't be welcome anymore. Okay, then let's see. Same guy again. Well, this is a comment to the same guy. No disrespect. My apologies for calling you a troll, but you're absolutely right. The majority of these guys travel to Colombia solely for women. Never mind the culture and history. I'm Colombian, and I recall a Colombian working at the American Airlines service counter asked me all types of questions. This individual also did not have anything to do with, and it's loading. Didn't have anything to do with me checking in my baggage. LOL. Colombians are getting fed up with a lot of young male tourists. They think many of them are sexpats. I hate to state this, but thanks to certain YouTubers, many Colombians view African Americans as sexpats. Okay. Let me go up to the next one, because that's rehashing the same thing. Let me read a couple more, and then I want to talk to you for a quick minute. Okay. Next one. I like your channel. It's very useful and informative. I have been to Colombia 4 times in the past few years. I fly into Barranquilla on Thursday, and I'm taking my PCR test on Tuesday. I pray that everything goes well. I do have a question you might be able to help me with. The last time I left Colombia, I overstayed my visa by a week. I didn't have the money to pay the fine leaving because I didn't pay it leaving when he was leaving. I feel like there will be some type of fine to pay when I return. Could you help me with this one? So this is one that I hadn't heard from before, so I took it to the group. Okay, and I'm going to leave it at there, but let me just go over a few things. Again, I didn't comment on anything while there, but the reason that I wanted to read some of these comments, and there's more on the video of the interview. And one thing I do find is that some people comment without even listening to the entire video. So I just want to bring that to your attention. Watch the entire video before you surmise what happened or what's going on or what type of people they were or whoever. I've continuously said that unless you were there or you were working there or you were watching the cameras that had an audio to it, you don't really know what happened. With that said, I was contacted yesterday morning. Let's go around. I was contacted yesterday morning by someone. Well, let me just read his email, okay, because he reached out to me first, and he says, also, I witnessed the officials' behavior at Cartagena Immigration on Thursday, 3/4/21. Someone was there. So I said that unless you were there, you don't really know. So I wanted to hear this other person, and I'm trying to bring him on so that he could tell his point of view. But he says, yeah, I wish I could have looked at his badge because I was in his line too. He was bugging out on brothers for sure. Skinny male, glasses, about 55 years of age. He was manning the second or third booth from the far right side. They can probably check the cameras, but they know who he was. From listening to the videos, they actually probably didn't have sufficient cause to charge and realized the officer was overreacting. They scurried to simply send the guys back. The fact that they left them alone without guard or any staff on duty in case of any emergency is where the lawsuit can come into place. All the money we bring into to the country, I'd make them think twice how their immigration officials conduct business. This is from somebody who saw it, okay? He says, they were not belligerent. If anything, they were being slightly louder with great excitement for having arrived in the country as anyone else. Immigration officers will tend to tell you to keep the noise to a minimum. However, in this case, instead of walking over and calmly stating that to the guys with a warning of mask, the officer made it is point to focus on the group of 5 or 6 black men. But the true problem is that the officer is in fact racist towards the black male. Many black men travel with their Colombian mates, and it is probably was never about the mask or the Airbnb address. He got something personal going on. A black man may have had his wife or daughter or anything based on his behavior. I will let you know shortly about a Zoom, because I asked him to jump on Zoom. I wanted to throw this out there because I said, unless you were there, and this gentleman says that they were not belligerent. Okay. And I'm assuming it's a gentleman also. I don't know for sure. But we came to his aid, and I think we're going to continue to come to anyone's aid that's in the group and that reaches out for assistance. Why would we not? Why would we say, oh, dude, you're on your own, yeah, let me just leave you out there without even knowing the details? To us, to me, I will say from me, and I won't comment for anybody else in the group. For me, it was about helping somebody that was stuck in another country. Again, my whole goal is to have you guys travel to another country, travel to Colombia, enjoy yourselves, and return safely. That's it. And he didn't make it there safely. He didn't make it back safely. So yes, I was going to sit there with him and help him to work through it. Yes, I was going to call the congressman and his senator the following morning, and probably if I couldn't get through, I'd ask for assistance using the platform to get the word out just from this side, not that side, because a lot of times when someone from this side calls, they can shake some things up. My whole goal wasn't to get him into Colombia, was to get him back to the U.S. Okay, get him back to the U.S. safely. That was my goal. I wasn't trying to pressure them, or we weren't trying to pressure them to let him in the country. Let him in the country. No, I told him to rest ashore. I told Manfred, rest ashore or rest peacefully when you're on the plane and the plane takes off. I told him that a few times. You need to be looking forward to that, to getting out of there. It's on him. He wanted to go back, even though they said you can come back just as soon as you land. You can turn around and come back. But he decided to go to Medellin instead, which is still back in Colombia. That's on him. But my whole thing is, why would I not help him get there and get back safely? It doesn't make any sense for anybody in the group, and he'd only been in the group for a week. He reached out to me asking some questions, so I was there to help. Now, luckily we had a member right off the bat, Rose, who says, hey, I know an attorney. She's in Bucaramanga. She can make some phone calls. And right away, as all this is going on, within 10, 15 minutes, she'd already called the place and started working. We didn't retain her or anything. We didn't pay her. I don't believe she had any intentions on getting paid. Yesterday, I sent her some money. For me personally, just as a thank you, even though she didn't ask for any money or anything, I just sent her something because I felt like it was just the right thing to do. I mean, I'm dating an attorney. They do work and work for money. So I sent a few dollars just for me, not as from the group or anything. But we need to discuss as a group, though, and this is to my people in the group. Tomorrow, not tomorrow, I keep saying tomorrow, Thursday, wait a minute, today is Wednesday. Whenever, Thursday at 6 p.m. Thursday at 6 p.m., I'm going to do a live. I'm going to send out invites to anyone who's in the group so that we can discuss how should we proceed. I've already reached out to a few people there and with assistance as far as finding legal representation, or at least someone on that side to make phone calls on your behalf if you're caught up in a situation that you shouldn't have been caught up with. Now, I'm going to throw this out ahead of time because I'm big on, and you probably heard me say it before, I'm big on my name and my reputation. I don't want to be associated with certain things. So if you're going down there and you get a drug charge, I can't help you. You go down there and you get a prostitution charge, I can't help you. Prostitution is legal. I don't care one side or the other, but I don't want my name associated with it, if that makes sense to you. I'm big on the people that I recommend, like Andres. Andres is my guy for tours and for airport pickups and drop-offs, and he's got a team of drivers that can come get you too. I recommend him because I know him and I trust him. Other people on the chat will throw out business cards and taxi drivers, and these guys will work really, really cheap. But my name's not associated with that. They're welcome to throw those names out there, and you're welcome to bite. My name is not associated with that. So I don't want anybody saying, call me back. Yo, man, so-and-so did this. And you sent me to this guy. No. I also send you to Sweet Georgia Cafe because I know Rob. I know the whole crew down there. So I trust him. Hopefully he trusts me to be able to send the right people there too. But I trust him. That's why I say go to Sweet Georgia Cafe, because I know what an impact Sweet Georgia Cafe has for expats when they get there. I know that. It's only a few people down there that I know and trust still to this day. Of course, Ed, Jason, Herschel, Go if he's there or if he's out. Did I say Jason? Gail, Carlton. Carlton's my buddy. Carlton Travel Adventures. Check out his website too. Only a few people down there that I'm going to trust to give out this. And of course, Chef Jay at Brooklyn's as well. So if my name is associated with it, I'm very picky about it. But remember, Thursday is today Wednesday? Today is Wednesday. So yes, it is Thursday at 6 p.m. Central. I'm going to do a live for members only. And we also need to discuss transferring everyone from the WhatsApp group to our new platform, because what's happening is everybody new is going to the new platform, and then they jump on and they don't see the regular communications. And so they jump back out. The new platform is great because you can say, okay, put your location in and you'll be able to see who's nearby. So you can see without asking who's in Medellin. You'll be able to see so-and-so, so-and-so, and so-and-so. You got 8 members in town with you at the same time, and 10 of them live there. So they are very knowledgeable. So also you can add topics. We can add articles. You can search for a specific article. 90 PCR test. Okay. How many times I get that asked? 5 times a day, literally. Where can I get a test in Medellin? It's there. You don't have to scroll, log back onto WhatsApp and scroll to the top. That's if you're already a member. Because if you're a new member and you log on, you don't see those old messages. So you don't know. So you jump in, you ask the same question. Hey, how many hours before I take my PCR test? Does it have to be a PCR test? Is it 72 hours? Where can I get a test in Medellin on my way back? I'm coming back Thursday. So this, you'll be able to log on, and we'll leave that information there so you can bullet point and find exactly what you need. But again, we are going to discuss legal representation, 6 p.m. Central on Thursday, and also discussing the migration of one platform to the other. Let me know if you're getting any benefit out of my videos. Do me a favor, go down and hit the subscribe button, click the bell to be alerted of any new messages, and like. Like helps the YouTube algorithm. The more you hit like, just take a second, especially on your way out. The more you hit like, the more they show it to a wider audience. So much appreciated to all of you guys and gals. Please stay tuned. More to come, and be safe.
We have a YouTube channel. Like it.
Please comment and share if you like the video. Please subscribe and kick the bell.